Hi, Hank SixFourTrading. In today's lesson, we're going to cover Uber and trendline verification to identify areas of either of resistance or support. Also, areas of where you actually can enter or exit trade. It's a real simple concept. So, on this, to understand a trend line, and we teach this, if you look in the description, we have a quick start course and full course on everything it is about trading to begin support resistance lines. I'll make it very easy to understand. So you want to understand that there's more than one point of a pivot zone for a trend line. Trend lines, number one, are never horizontal or vertical. They're always diagonal. That's a trend line. So once you identify two or more points on a daily chart, you can go to a weekly or monthly chart. Intraday charts you can do as well, but we talk about the daily to identify key pivot areas. Then you draw that. There's 2 points here. You could have drawn it here, but this is kind of in the same area. This is a distinct difference in this swing from the swing down here. And I'll show you there's another trend line down here as well that you want to draw your trend line to. There's one here as well. Okay. Now it's moving within this range, Uber, and now you've identified a channel. Now, currently, this is current price as of 5/20/2025 as I'm recording this video. You got pivot area here. This is the established one. This is what established the actual trend line. You need two or more pivot areas to draw your trend line. This is a third one. So this is why it's having issues. Why? Because you had a pivot area here and here, and you had one that is down below, right here. Okay. So once it establishes these two, you draw your trend line. So at some point, and I'll show you on the replay, once I've drawn this pivot here, when I play this, price hasn't moved. So I'm expecting price to hold there. Okay, it's proving it's holding. It's going up here some. I'm thinking maybe we go here. So I'll establish this trend to the top of this area, top of that channel. It's coming down. Guess what? It bounced out of that trend line. This is why trend lines are so important, right? Trend line, support line. Look, we come right into this area and then we stop. This is where we currently at. So the expectation is this will give you some forward-looking analysis, technical analysis where price may go. As you were watching this move up, you knew this was going to be support because you drew this line once you established these 2 points. Now, you could have bought here and it went up. If it would have broken below here, then that would have been a different story. You trade that a little bit differently. You know, a lot of times it'll break below. It did break below, but that was a false break. Confirmation will be a push back up and a rejection, and you can go lower. You can short that. But in this case, it was a false break below, went up higher to where we already knew where there's resistance. And this is where we are now, where it stopped. Now, the expectation is that if it did want to break through here right now, it's failing, right? It would break up, come back, test it, and go higher. But we are overbought. This is one of our indicators. Our RSI indicator is showing overbought. It has special little features in it that shows you when it's extremely overbought and indicators of when to probably want to sell or go long. You'll see dots up here in different colors. That's all on the website. You guys can look at that in the description and the bio. So because we're overbought, the typical thing is that when you're trading in your relative strength indicator, that's the RSI, is overbought, and you are overbought here at a key level area, right? Because the trend line is up. Now you probably want to take some profit off, you know, going in. If you were long here, profit off, or you may want to flip short because now you're overbought, and the expectation is for this to come down at some point. And you can see that Uber is moving in this channel, right? These two trend lines here created this channel in this range. It's been consistent until it breaks out of it or breaks below it. I'm Hank SixFourTrading. That is a simple understanding of a trend line and a trend line way to trade a trend line as a strategy, how to identify a trend line and how to draw it. If you want more, we have a whole course. We have a quick start course for like $19. The full course is about 200 to cover everything, but the quick start will get you up to speed really quick on everything, fundamentals of trading and also the expert levels and moderate levels. I'm Hank SixFourTrading again. Thank you for watching. I hope you got something from this. Talk to you all later.